day and welcome to the Monday, May 10th edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Basley. The Ministry of Youth, Culture and Sport announced that as Bermuda enters Phase 2 of the reopening following the stay-at-home order, sports will be permitted at Stage 2 of the Return to Play guidelines effectively May 9th, which was yesterday. Stage 2 allows for team training within the requirements permitted by the emergency regulations. They include groups of 10, no contact, 6 feet between participants, masks except during physical exertion, 30 minutes between groups to allow for cleaning, and no fans. Just days after graduating with a bachelor's in computer science and math high honors, Tiara DeRosa was crowned the SWAC Women's Shot Put Female Champion. Representing Mississippi Valley State, DeRosa had a top toss of 14.29 meters, which came on her third attempt. A day later, DeRosa would stand on the podium yet again. DeRosa had a top toss of 48.01 meters, winning the women's discus throw. Ryan Otterbridge and Destiny Hill Edwards represented the Franklin Pierce University track and field team at the NE10 Championships. Otterbridge took to the track for the men's 1,500 meters. He would cross the line in a time of 4:06.77, crossing the line 8th overall. Sophomore Hill Edwards finished third in Heat 1 of the women's 100 meters, clocking a time of 13 seconds flat, and that would see her finish 10th overall. Hill Edwards ran the anchor leg for the Franklin Pierce women's 4x100 meter relay team that finished 4th at a time of 49.07. Gary Rollins and his Sussex teammates went into the final day of their LV Insurance County Championship Group 3 battle against Northamptonshire, looking to survive. Sussex, however, were bowled out for 215 as Northamptonshire won by an inning and 120 runs. Stain Van Zyl was the top scorer with 72. Rollins was out without scoring, while Ben Sanderson was the pick of the Northamptonshire bowlers, taking 5 for 71. Marcus Scotland and his London School Cricket Association under-17 teammates would record an upset victory over Leicestershire County Cricket Club under-18 by 4 wickets. London School won the toss and sent Leicestershire to bat, and they bowled them out for 164. In reply, London would score 165 for 6, with Scotland leading the way with a knock of 41. Dominic Severe and his Warminster Cricket Club's second 11 teammates picked up an 8-wicket victory over Chippenham Cricket Club. Warminster won the toss and sent Chippenham to bat, and they would bowl them out for 115. Severe was able to hold on to a catch. In reply, Warminster would score 116 for 2 after 31.5 overs. Severe was the top scorer with 50 not out off of 65 deliveries. He had 7 fours and 1 6. Logan Jones and his Segberg School second 11 teammate and Crimpau Cricket Club match ended in a draw as rain halted play. Crimpau won the toss and elected to bat, and they would score 176 for 7. Their allotted 45 overs was Jones. Bowling 5 overs, he took 1 for 37. In reply, Segberg scored 46 for 1 after 9.5 overs before rain halted play. Cameron Jeffers was a member of the Cardiff Met Select team that defeated Bath University Cricket Club by 61 runs. Cardiff batted first and scored 262 for 8 in their allotted 40 overs. Jeffers scored 19 not out off of 12 balls, hitting 2 fours. Bath could only manage 201 for 7 in their 40 overs. Jeffers returned figures of 8 overs, 1 made, and 1 for 34. He would also hang on to a catch. Leilani Nisbet and her top seed Florida State women's soccer teammates headed to its 15th NCAA quarterfinal in the program history when they took on Duke. They would advance, but it would take kicks from the penalty mark in order to do so. They won the dead ball battle 5-3. Zico Lewis and his Charleston Battery teammates opened the 2021 season, securing a point on the road in a 1-1 draw against the New York Red Bulls' number 2 team. Down 1-0 in the 72nd minute, Lewis put Charleston on level terms. Lewis flashed some skill to get around a New York defender and send the ball into the back of the net. It was his first goal against his former club. McKeeval's and his Bristol City teammates succumbed to defeat in their final game of the Skyback Championship season, falling 3-1 to Brentford. Justin Dunaway and his Solihull Moor teammates match against Kingsland Town on the road was postponed due to a waterlogged pitch. Jonte Smith was not part of the walking team that went down 4-1 at home to Chesterfield. Jair Parfitt-Williams found the back of the net twice as he and his Falkirk teammates drew 2-2 with Kapavort in the Iceland Premier Division. Kenny Thompson was an unused substitute as her Sofita Santa teammates fell 1-0 in their Spanish women's First Division match at home to Valencia. Alio Deal, Saki Spence, Mazai Simmons, and their Eccleston Town under-23 teammates continued their NSL Cup campaign, picking up a 2-0 win over Ensworth Villa. Nathan Trott suited up and started for the West Ham United Premier League under-23 team that drew 2-2 with Arsenal. Remy Coddington and his West Ham under-18 teammates recorded their fourth consecutive unbeaten game in the under-18 Premier League South with a thrilling 3-2 win over Southampton's under-18. Jai Van Lowe and his Flowers and Pitsy youth under-13 white teammates took on Hullbridge Sports youth under-13 in league action and came away with a 6-0 win. Jade Hammer and Elon Daly competed in a high-performance time trial in Canada. Daly competed in the women's 100-meter freestyle, finishing 7th, touching the wall in a personal best time of 56.22. Hannah clocked a time of 101.93 on her way to finishing 5th during the women's 100-meter backstroke. Daly competed in the women's 200-meter freestyle, finishing 8th, touching the wall in a time of 2:02.96. And unfortunately, Hannah did not start the women's 200-meter backstroke. As part of Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games, each delegation has been assigned a host town in Japan. Bermuda has been matched up with Akita, with Jessica Lewis having the amazing opportunity to Zoom with 22 students from the town to share a bit about Bermuda and her training heading into the Games.
As part of the Tokyo 2020 Olympic and Paralympic Games, each delegation was assigned a different host town in Japan, and the whole idea behind it was that during the Games, athletes or representatives from the delegation could travel to the host town to meet some people, or the host town would send representatives to Tokyo to cheer on the athletes of the delegations that they were assigned. So Bermuda was paired up with a town called Ikata, and due to COVID restrictions, all of our interactions have now moved into the virtual format. So last night I had the amazing opportunity to have a Zoom call with 22 elementary students from Ikata, where I told them a little bit about Bermuda, as well as my training and preparations for the Tokyo 2020 Games. It was so amazing to see and hear the kids' excitement about the games being held in Japan, as well as to learn a little bit more about Ikata. They all asked some really amazing questions, and it was truly, truly special to see the kids all holding and waving their little Bermuda flags. And it just proves that sport is so amazing in giving such great opportunities as this, as well as bringing people together.
Having secured the qualifying scores, Robin Stampo is nearing her goal of representing Bermuda at the 2021 North American Youth Championships to be held in Michigan, USA later this year. Stampo and her majestic dressage gelding, Rosanna Royal II, competed in the dressage in the Sandhills event in Pinehurst, North Carolina. In the FEI Young Riders Freestyle Test Division, this team was awarded an impressive combined score of 69.125%. Shelby Medeiros is Sienna's women's tennis teammate, saw their season come to an end as the MAC champions were defeated by the number 11th ranked Florida by a final score of 4-0 at the Alfred A. Ream Tennis Complex in Gainesville, Florida. Dylan Powell and his Trinity College men's tennis teammates dropped their final regular season contest, falling 9-0 against Tufts on the road. Sebastian Kemp would finish second, competing in the South Coast Regatta Anniversary Open in the UK. Competing in the ILCA 6th Division, Kemp and the rest of the 44 competitive fleet sailed 3 races. Kemp would finish 15th in the first race of the day before finishing second in the second race. He would then close out with a 5th place finish in the final race of the regatta. With competitors able to throw out their worst finish, Kemp finished with 7 points, 4 points behind the division winner, Ben Elvin. Bernard Wade III and Jaden Roberts concluded competing in the USAT No. 2 Eastern Foundation Gator Cup 2021 in Florida. Both archers advanced to the elimination round. Wade III competed in the recurve men's division round of 32. He advanced after defeating Bruce Hicks 6-5. Wade III then went down in the round of 16, falling 6-4 to Jacob Wookie. Roberts competed in the recurve cadet division, would also advance out of the round of 32, defeating Harrison Hung 4-0. During the round of 16, Roberts was edged 6-5 by Andrew Yu. Adam Hall and his Aberdeen Ironbird teammates fell for the first time this season as Wilmington edged them 6-5 in a High A East Minor League baseball game. The day before, Hall watched from the sidelines as Aberdeen improved to 5-0, defeating Wilmington 3-0. And that's a look at this Monday, May 10th edition of the Islandstats Sports Brief. I'm Earl Baisden.